welcome to a Year 5-6 English edition of Teach Time. So today we're going to be learning how to write lists using colons and bullet points. So in the middle of your writing, you might have a moment where you start making a list. So you might have, for example, things I need to do today. So you wouldn't all of a sudden start writing wash up, clean room, eat lunch, play in the garden. Firstly, well, there's a lot of things wrong with that one. I haven't put anything in between each one of my tasks. You might choose to put a comma between there. And also, I haven't really made it a list as such. In Year 5 and 6, you need to start learning how to use colons and bullet points to make lists. So, one way I could correct this would be to have a nice clear heading. Things I need to do today. And then I'm going to put my colon here. Now, when I put this in a piece of writing, it means that a list is about to come. So, let's make it a little bit bigger for you to see. All it is two, excuse the poor colouring in, two full stops, one on top of the other. And they go before you start a list. If you're going to start a list and you have a colon here, you then have to start on the next line for your writing. So I'm then going to use a bullet point. That is just another full stop, a little bit bigger than a full stop, at the start of my piece of writing. This is now, each time I do a new line in my list, this is now what goes at the front. So, things I need to do today. Well, up here I've put wash up, so that will be my first point. So I might want to do the washing up for my mum or my dad today. Next thing I need to do, clean room. So I might want to make that a little bit clearer as well. So I might want to put clean my bedroom. Especially while you're at home, that might want to be something you might want to do. Next one, eat lunch. So that goes here. And then finally, I'm then going to put my last point. Now I'm not changing anything, I'm still putting a bullet point at the start. And then I'm going to do play in the garden. Beautiful sunshine today, you might want to do this later on. Play in the garden. Now when I use a bullet point, I always have a capital letter straight after it. This is because this is a new line I'm going on to, and after this piece of punctuation I always put a capital letter. So we have our colon up here, and then we have our bullet point over here. It doesn't have to be a circle. Some people, when they do bullet points, they have arrows. Some people just have a dash, some people have a star, and some people even do smiley faces. Although if you're going to do that in your writing, I wouldn't suggest doing it in any SATs papers or any piece of writing that's going to be marked. Teachers don't really like to see a smiley face in the middle of your work, unless it's from us. So, I want you to have a go at this now. I am going to get you to write a list about things I can see in the garden. If you don't have a garden, things I can see in my bedroom, okay? Just things I can see. I'm going to give you 5 minutes. I want to see 10 things on there. Make sure you've got your colon there. Make sure you've got your bullet points here. It doesn't have to be a full stop. It can be a star, an arrow, or even a smiley face if you want to today, just while you're learning. So pause the video now. Make sure to try and get your spellings as close or as perfect as possible. If you've used the dictionary before, you might want to crack your dictionary out and have a go at that. Okay, pause the video now and then I'll go through it with you in a second. Okay, so I'm going to stick with my bullet points. I'm a bit boring that way. I'll just keep it as plain and simple. So around me, I can see my pencil. So that's going to be my first thing. Now make sure you should all have a capital letter after your bullet point. Next, well, I can see my piece of paper. Now, there's some things that you can't see in the video, but I can see my pencil pot in front of me. So that'll be my next one. And let's try something that doesn't start with a P now. I can see a book to my right. And then finally, one more. Well, I can see my table. So I'll put that as my last one. Yours might be a lot more interesting. So, these are really useful if you're doing shopping lists or if you're writing a non-fiction piece of writing. So if you're writing a fact file or a biography about someone, you might want to use this in a list. The reason we're learning this today is because this is Stone Age week here at Teach Time. And so your challenge to go alongside your bullet points and codon lesson is to come up with a fact file all about the Stone Age. Okay, so you could have things the Stone Age people might have eaten, and then you can make a list, or places in the Stone Age where you might want to go, or all kinds of things. You could even talk about animals in the Stone Age, anything at all. Once you've done your Stone Age fact file, why not send it into the Facebook page so we can have a look at your amazing work. See if you can include some bullet points and codons in there and have a bit of fun today. Don't spend more than, I'd say, even half an hour on this. It doesn't have to be a massive piece of work, although if you want, you can make it beautiful and spend as long as you want to. Maybe even go out in the garden and have a play out there. Have fun today, everyone.